Bernie Sanders managed to become the frontrunner with his campaign promising political revolution and more socialist-leaning policies. The other candidates have been trying to be the main alternative to Sanders, arguing that he's too radical to win. But none of these others has really cracked through. Pete Buttigieg made a big dent winning in Iowa, but then he slid back to third place in Nevada, throwing one more wrench in all of their gears.
We have put together, I think, the most extensive and inclusive voter fraud organization in the history of American politics.
All right, Pete Buttigieg has ended his 2020 presidential bid, triggering a major shift in the Democratic race ahead of Super Tuesday.
Buttigieg's sudden exit came as a surprise, and the timing is significant. He signaled the decision is designed to stop frontrunner Senator Bernie Sanders from amassing an insurmountable lead in delegates on Tuesday. January CBS News Battleground Tracker poll found that among Buttigieg supporters, their second choice would be Senator Elizabeth Warren, followed by former Vice President Joe Biden.
Creates a huge flaw called the spoiler effect. Here's how it works. Now, when we've got just two candidates to choose from, the folks on the right vote for the Republican, those on the left vote Democrat, and the 5 to 10% in the middle who might vote either way end up tipping the election. But what happens when you introduce a third-party candidate? If that candidate is progressive, the progressive vote is split between two good candidates, and the conservative wins.
Sagar, what's on your radar?
Well, I'm going to talk a little bit about one of the elephants in the room, and that is Senator Elizabeth Warren's candidacy. She had devastating results last night. Let's throw up the map of the election from last night, and it basically shows that she did not come in any more than third in any state, even in her own home state. And just to give you an idea of how much that underperforms even her own campaign's ridiculous expectations, her campaign manager, Roger Lau, put out that memo about why she's not going to drop out before Super Tuesday. He promised Warren supporters that they were going to finish in the top 2 of the 8 out of the 14 Super Tuesday states, and that she was definitively going to win her own home state. Well, what ended up happening? She got third in Massachusetts to Senator Bernie Sanders and to former Vice President Joe Biden. She didn't finish second in a single one of these Super Tuesday states. Overall, massively underperformed expectations. Look at the results from last night, and we can see that her margins of the 10 to the 13%, and we know based on morning consult data what the second choice is, that she almost certainly cost Senator Sanders a big Super Tuesday win, or at the very least, the ability to compete with Joe Biden. The structural factors against Sanders were such that the establishment coalesced around Joe, the left generally coalesced around Biden, but there was just enough of a 10 to 13% margin that stuck with Senator Warren, despite the fact the establishment coalesced, despite the fact that the left is consolidating around Sanders. And that vote is fundamentally really at odds with the campaign that she began. You know, I'm thinking of this morning about how much that she has benefited Joe Biden in this race by staying in last night, and about how she began her campaign, began her career. She began her career in Washington sparring with Joe Biden and others over bankruptcy bills back in 2005. She began her career savaging financial elites. She began her career really as an antithesis of everything that she currently stands for, which is basically as a yes queen figure to so many upper middle class, white liberal women across the country. And ultimately, she's just helping Joe Biden. That's the role that she's played as a spoiler, both to Sanders. She's played a spoiler to the issues that she purports to care about. And even right now, when she's campaigning against Joe Biden, her very presence in the race is such that she is essentially helping the one person who stands for everything that she says that she allegedly does not believe.
And now it's up to all of us to help make Joe Biden the next president of the United States.